Hello and welcome to another ReShade tutorial. Today we're gonna be taking a look at how to set up your depth buffer so you can use shaders that need the depth buffer, and sometimes it doesn't really work out of the box. So today I'm gonna show you how to set it up so you can enjoy the shaders. So first of all, we're gonna download ReShade. So you're gonna go to reshade.me and click on downloads. If you want the version of ReShade that has the support for the add-ons, you're gonna go to forum. We're gonna go to releases. I'm gonna go to the latest one, that is 5.1 as of today. And you're gonna scroll down a little bit until you see ReShade 5.1.0 with add-on support. So you're gonna download that. Since I already have one, so I'm just gonna cancel it. So we're gonna jump up to my, where is it, downloads folder, and you're gonna double click it. It's gonna show you this warning because this is not an official version. It's an official version, but it's not one that is whitelisted on multiplayer anti-cheat softwares like Easy Anti-Cheat or BattleEye or all these fancy ones. So be careful. If you're gonna use the full add-on support one, you use it at your own risk. So yeah, try to use it only on single player games or games that you know that you're not gonna get banned, because it will be flagged if you play on games that have an active anti-cheat. So just gonna click OK. I'm gonna click on browse, or you can select your game from the list. I'm gonna click on browse. I'm gonna, since the game is already here, I'm just gonna go like Steam library, Steam apps, come on, and the game that I want in this case is Car X. So I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna select the main exe of the game. I already have a video on my channel on how to find out where the main exe of the game is. So I'm gonna click it, click on open, and click on next. The game uses DirectX 10. You can check this out by going to PC Gaming Wiki, and internet is a little bit slow today. Hello. So hello. Come on, Google. Okay, so something went wrong. Don't mind that. Anyway, you're gonna just click on the DirectX 11 since the game uses DirectX 10 and 11. I'm gonna click on next. This will ask you if you have a preset. You're gonna click, you can just skip or click on next. Here's gonna ask you for the shader that you want. I'm gonna go with the default one. I'm gonna click them all. I'm just gonna go here and just disable this one because we don't really need this one because we're not using VR. I'm gonna click on next, and I think my internet went down. That is some excellent timing. God damn. That's right. Okay, let's try again. Next. Back. Next. Next. Modify. Next. And check them all. We'll check the last one. Next. There we go. So here you can see in PC Gaming Wiki. If we go to the PC Gaming Wiki page of ReShade, here you can search for game specific one pages. So Car X. And scroll down to the API tab right here. API, it doesn't show, but I know it's DirectX 10. So here you can click on become a patron if you want to support the developer of ReShade, and you can get your nice role on Discord and know that you are supporting someone that's doing a great job. And okay, so click on finish, and let's open the game. So right here you can see ReShade 5.1.0. The first time that it let me just lower the volume of this game a little bit. This is a little bit too loud. Still a little bit too loud. The first time that you launch ReShade on any game, it's gonna compile all the shaders. 5.1 has a really nice feature that it builds a cache of all the shaders that you have installed. So the first first time that you launch the game after installing ReShade, it's gonna take a while to load all the shaders, but all the other times that you open the game, it's gonna load ReShade really quickly. So I was testing it before, so it loaded really quickly. So right here you can see that it's showing you to press home to start the tutorial. I highly recommend you to read through the tutorial because it's gonna teach you how to create a new preset or load a preset that someone made, and etc. You can create a new preset, click on the plus button, you can duplicate a new one, and click enter, and can click on continue. Here you're going to show you all the shaders that you have installed, all the settings that you can enable on the shaders, and the GUI is a little bit cut off. Aha, there you go. See, you can see when you change resolution, it's going to compile the shaders again. Alright, so click on finish, and here we go. We have the ReShade menu open. On ReShade version 4.9.1, it used to have the last tab would be named after the game API, so DirectX. So it would be called like D3, D9, DX11, DX10, DX12, or Vulkan. It should be on the last spot, but then it got moved to the add-ons tab. So here on the add-ons, we have the depth buffer, the generic depth add-on, that is the old depth buffer menu. You can see it's basically the same one with all the depth buffers that reshade the text and stuff. If you go to the home tab, and we're gonna activate the display depth shader, this right here is just a help shader. This is not the actual depth buffer. It's just showing us what the actual depth buffer looks like. So that's basically what ReShade is seeing. So if you change settings here, go to the advanced tab, and you change settings, it's not going to change the actual settings of ReShade. It's gonna just change the settings of the shader, so you can see what's going on a little better, so you can set the stuff up a little bit better. As you can see, it doesn't look good. Half of the screen is black, the game is upside down, so sometimes you're gonna get like a really weird screen. Like, let me see if I can activate one right here, and it's gonna look weird. See, you can see some games like Half-Life games needs the copy depth buffer settings setting activated so the depth buffer works. So you're gonna click here. This game doesn't need it. It has the one that has this is your game resolution. So you can see this one has a weird resolution, so it's probably not this one. You can see it's very pixelated and stuff, so it's probably not this one. This one has a square resolution, so it's probably not this one as well. This one has nothing, is also not our actual resolution, so we're gonna click the first one. This one's our game resolution, and it seems mostly fine. So yeah, it's upside down, and I'm gonna show you how to fix this. Right here we have this big blue button right here, right on the middle of the menu. So you're gonna click it, and it's gonna pop up this window. Right here you can see there's some settings that are set by default. So if we go to the game folder real quick, right here you're gonna see there's some new files, the ReShade files. So it has our presets, the ReShade DLL, the ReShade default preset, the ReShade settings, and we have the ReShade shader settings. So if you open up and go to shaders, we're gonna see some FXH file extensions. These ones, these extensions are header files that help other shaders do stuff basically. So you can see here we have the ReShade and ReShade UI. If we open this one with text editor, we're gonna see it's just a bunch of text telling ReShade what to do. So if we go to this menu right here, you can see there's some strings right here. These ones are the same ones here. So it's upside down, reversed, logarithmic, and fire plane set to 1000. So we're not gonna change anything on this file right here, but we're gonna copy some stuff. So just so you know, this file is located on your game folder. So it's on your game folder, and ReShade.fxh. You right click it, you can edit it with your notepad, and it's gonna look like this. So yeah, let's go back to the game and I'm gonna show you how to fix most of your stuff. So as you can see, the game is upside down, so ReShade has a nice little setting for when the depth buffer is upside down. So it's set to 0. Now we're gonna set it to 1, and we're gonna click outside the window, and bam, we're gonna recompile all the shaders, and bam, it's not upside down anymore. You can see there's a little bit of vibration. That is because of the game itself. The game itself uses temporal anti-aliasing, so it has to like shake the depth buffer a little bit so it can mix the pixels and do the black magic that it does. So yeah, it looks fine, but half of the window still looks black. How do you fix that? As you can see, we have the reversed option, so it's also set to 0. So we're gonna set this one to 1 and click it, and there we go. We have the depth buffer. This one is a little artifact. I don't know where this comes from. And if we turn off the display depth shader and activate MXAO, everybody loves it. You can see it looks fine-ish right now. So how the settings work as normal. And if you go back to the way it was at 0, by the way, this is not a for one game. I'm showing you how to fix for every game, so you can change on your game, and it's not always gonna be 0 or 1 and 0. You're gonna have to find your own settings to see what works and what doesn't. So yeah, don't follow don't just put like the same thing that I'm putting right here. Just try to find what works for your game. So if you go back to 0, you're gonna see it's upside down and everything looks a little weird. This shouldn't be reflective or anything. So if we go back to here and put 1 and 1 again, fix the upside down stuff. Now it's right side up, but everything is too dark. Go here. You see everything's too dark, doesn't look right. So we're gonna set it to reversed as well, and boom, looks fine now, mostly. You're gonna see that it's gonna bleed through some of the UI. That is normal. I say normal because the UI is not on the depth buffer. For the shader to not affect the UI, it should also be on the depth buffer. So if we turn on the display depth shader, you're gonna see there's no UI here. So ReShade will think that it's just a game background right here. So it's gonna show the MXAO through the UI anyway. So that's why most of the times you can see stuff behind UIs when you have the MXAO or some sort of depth of field shader. As you can see the car behind the UI and stuff. So if I go back, how do I go back? God damn the game. Right here, and activate the depth of field shader. You can see the UI is not being picked up by the depth buffer, but the game is. Right here on the preprocessor definitions, we have some more settings. We have this far plane and logarithmic. I'm gonna show you how the logarithmic one looks. Display depth. So if you set the logarithmic to 1, it's gonna look all weird. This is mostly, oh shit, there you go. It's gonna look like there's a bunch of waves right here. So most games don't need that option, but if your game is having those weird patterns everywhere, that's probably this option that just have to set it to 0 or 1. So if I set it back to 0, it's gonna look normal again. You can see it's move. There's another setting, so let me see if I can show you how it looks. Advanced settings. And show live preview. Blend. Okay. The far plane, it's basically how close ReShade will start to. So the depth buffer basically calculates what's near and what's far from the camera. So with this far plane, you're gonna tell ReShade basically how to calculate the distance between stuff. It's a little bit complicated. As you can see, the game is a little bit too dark when you're close to the car. So we're gonna half this value. I put it 500 here, and it still doesn't look that good. Let me land it back. Let me see right here. So, oh, there we go. Let me set it back to 1000. So 0.0. Up. And click outside. Should load really fast. Okay, so the preprocessor definitions. Oh, that's bug still happening. Right here you have the same option that you have right here. So, but this one is just a quick and dirty way to see if it. Oh, goddamn game! Stop passing my inputs. To see if what you're gonna need to put on the preprocessor values. So right here you can see 200, 300. It's getting darker and darker until 1000. The car is barely visible on the right side. So if we delete one of those zeros, as you can see, it looks a little bit better. You can see the difference between here and here. So we're gonna put 100 here as well. And it looks a little bit fine. So if we disable the preview, and now when we turn on MXAO, let me just turn on the display depth and turn on MXAO, and it looks a little bit better now. So you can see how you do stuff. Another issue, as you can see, we have the car wheel. It's not really online right here, so I think it's a little issue. So I'm gonna show you how to fix when the depth buffer is not aligned. That's why I showed you where this file is, because we have a little bit more settings, let's say. So on the preprocessor definitions, we have this little plus button. This one is to add some more settings right here, definitions. So we're gonna go to this file, and this file has all the ones that we can use up to this line right here. So the multiplier one used to be on the ReShade versions 4.9 and earlier. So we're just gonna copy this one and paste it right here, and the default value for it is 1, as you can see here. So you're gonna set it to 1. What this does, it multiplies the value of the far plane by, oh, where am I? There we go. Is multiply this value right here by the amount you put here. So some games, like emulated games or really old games, they don't have the best compatibility with ReShade, so you have to really crank this value up. So instead of putting like 2 million here, just put like 200 here, and it should multiply this value by this value right here, and you should get a better output. Another value that you can put here, let me put the display depth. Okay, you can see MXAO is bleeding through here. Yeah. So another value that you can put there is the X and Y scale and offset. So I'm gonna play a little bit with the scale. So ReShade Y scale. So this is for Y, and set to 1, and this one is for X, and it's also 1, and this one is for offset. So you're gonna grab the pixel one, and it's also set to 1, and X, that is also set to 1. Oh, god damn it! Goddamn game. As you can see, we are in game now. That's okay, that's okay. So right here you can see we have scale. This scale is basically this one. You can see scale and preview, scale and offset. What this does is some games, they have a squished depth buffer. So for example, it could be, oh, let me just, it's a negative one. It could be squished like this and moved all the way up like this. Oh. Yeah, it could be a depth buffer that looks like this when by default. So you can fix it by just scaling it back. That's why this shader right here, display depth, is such an important shader that makes our lives really easy. Oh, okay. So if I reset this back to default. So for example, let's imagine this game is just like half and half. Oh, not 0.5. There we go. So let's imagine our game is like on the top of the screen. Right. Like minus 1600. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Let's imagine the game is just like this. So it's just covering 1/4 of the screen and you don't know how to fix it. You just come to this menu right here and it's gonna click on show live preview just so you can see right here, and you just play around with these values. A good rule of thumb is just to check for the edges to see if they are aligned with the edges of the screen, like right here for example. You can see the moment it stretches out is the edge, so you just eyeball it to the edge of the screen, and right here on the bottom too, you can just like, you're gonna have to like play around with the two values right here. So you just align them and just reset this and reset this, and it should be aligned. As you can see right here, this one is not aligned, so we're gonna scale it up a little bit. There you go. And we're gonna just move it and see if everything is scaled right. Okay, so as you can see, we have to change a little bit of the settings because it's not scaled right. So we have the X and Y value for both X and Y. So we have to change the scale, the Y scale to 1.021, the Y scale to 1.021, and the Y offset to -2. And if we reload ReShade, it's gonna always reload. Okay, so if we, oh, it's not quite aligned yet. -2. What's going on? Huh, let's try just offset then. Like offset. There we go. So, it's still a little. So, offset. Oh, pixel. Score offset. Oh, there we go. Offset. I misspelled the thing, so yeah, that's why it wasn't working. See, you have to check your spelling. Yeah, I missed the T right here. There we go. Now it should look, yeah, the same way. There we go. So we fixed the X and Y offsets and scales for this game. So if we go back to the menu, we're gonna disable the display depth and enable MXAO again. And remember when I said that the wheel had like a little it was a little bit off. So right now you can see it's spot on. So if we just turn this back to the way it was, so 1.0 and 0. Oh, and we click outside of the window. And as you can see, with the default settings of 1 and 1, it should be 1. As you can see with the default settings, it's a little bit off. You can see the wheels, they are not quite, and the exhaust pipe here, it's not like lining up really nicely. So if we edit it again and put 0.21 and -2 on the offset, -2, and compile again, see, much better. It's all lined up. So this is mostly how you set up the depth buffer. Just remember that this is version 5.1.0, and we versioned early versions with like 4.9.1 and before that. It's not the add-ons tab anymore. It's on the API tab. That's gonna be like the 3D9 or the X11 or OpenGL or Vulkan. It changed this one, so it's a little bit easier to manage, since every time it's the same name. And yeah, hope you learned a bunch on this tutorial, and stay safe and have fun.